Welcome to Lydd Karting for round 6 of the Club 100 Heavyweight Sprints. My name is Simon Dean, racing as Racing Dean, and welcome to my channel. So I thought I'd bring you straight into the C final. As a novice driver in my first year of Club 100, I started near the back of every heat. We do 3 heats, and broadly speaking, I finished near the back, but I managed to avoid any kind of incidents, and I didn't get any penalties either. So I was quite surprised when I ended up starting 4th on the grid of the C final, fully expecting there'd be some faster drivers behind me, but then also optimistic that if I was able to stay in the front 4, I would then make it through into the B final as well. So here we are on the grid, getting ready for the green light. Lights out and away we go. And not too much of a bad start. I lose 1 place there. And I've already lost touch with that group in front, which is a bit of a bad sign. But luckily, what we see there is the flag for a restart, so we have to go round again to regroup. This chap from Warwick University doing some pretty aggressive weaving, trying to get some temperature into his tyres. I think on the restart, one of the advantages is now you've done a few laps that the tyres will be warm, much warmer than for a cold start. And second time, lucky it's green light, and off we go. Better start for me this time. Still lose 1 place, but I'm optimistic that I'll make it back. So it was a lovely day at Lydd. The day before, apparently, it was really wet, but today it was nice and dry. I was able to do the 30-minute test before the heats to do my best to learn the circuit. I also watched some YouTube videos to try and work out where the lines were, where the braking points were. I found the YouTube videos where you could see people's feet quite useful, because you can actually look when they touch the braking pedal, the brake pedal, as you can see my left foot doing occasionally. And due to that squabbling up front, I've now managed to close the gap on these front 4. I'm in 5th now, but if I make it into that number 4 spot, then I've got an opportunity to get into the B final. So that chap there on the inside that we just passed, you can actually see that he's a super heavyweight because he had a green number plate. The heats at Club 100 are 7 minutes long, and then the final is 12 minutes. So if you do make a mistake, you've got a bit more time in the final to make up some places. I was actually in the 12th heat, which is the final heat. So I did the 4th, the 6th and the 12th heat, and then had just a few minutes and then literally jumped back in the kart for the C final. Bit of a look behind there, you can see that the pack is not that far behind at all. Definitely one guy back there looking pretty racy. Now, braking for this end corner, there's a bit of a join in the tarmac and a slight downhill. And at the beginning of the day I was braking just before that hump, but then afterwards I was braking actually going down that slope, which seemed to be working pretty well. I got some great advice here to brake at the marshal's post, which seemed quite early, but when you do brake at that post, you get a much cleaner exit through this complex. Now we've skipped forward a few laps here. There we have it, checkered flag. So we're all done with the C final, and for the first ever time in my Club 100 career, I am promoted into the B final. Now what happens is the top 4 people from the C final get put on the back of the B final, and the top 2 people from the B final make it through into the A final. And this is a really good system because if you do have a bit of a shocker in the heats, it's a chance for redemption. So you come into the pits, and as I mentioned, I'd just done heat 12, then just done the C final, and then we're straight into the B final. So we're looking at pretty much 30 minutes back to back. You can see there I signalled to the marshal, where does 4th place go? And I get out the kart and speak to this chap here. He didn't really know what I had to do, but then luckily over the loudspeaker I heard that I had to go and get weighed. So in the heavies, you, the driver, your helmet has to weigh 90 kilograms. And if you don't weigh 90 kilograms, then you have to carry a bit of lead. So I carry 2 kilograms lead. A friend of mine at Club 100, Tom, he actually qualified for the A final a couple of races ago, but he got disqualified or got given a penalty because he was underweight. So they do check it. You stand on these scales and they see how much you weigh. So it's important to be just on the side of safety. Recognise this chap from the race just a minute ago from Warwick University. He was pulling away from me a bit in the C final, but we'll be seeing a bit more of him in the B final, as well as the other top 4 finishers in the C final. So for that C final, I was right at the front, but now for the B final, I'm right at the back. Didn't see that guy slow down there, gave him a bit of a tap. Apologies, sorry pal. So it's quite busy through these first few corners. Everyone's squabbling for position. I hope to make up a few places. 3 abreast through that chicane. Just lose a bit of momentum there because I tapped that guy. Someone on the inside, my friend from Warwick University. He gets me there. And I actually caught myself relaxing a bit. I thought to myself, well, I'm in the B final, maybe I let these pros pull away a bit, and then I gave myself a bit of a kick and it's like, okay, no, we're here to race. So get your head down and start working. So around about this time, I'm really, my adrenaline's flowing. I'm like, okay, let's get back in the race. Lap 1 was a 51. And the lap I'm on now would turn out to be a 47. I was quite good through here, so you take all of that curb on the right and then all of that curb on the left, and then clip both of those curbs on the right again. They're definitely curbs you can use. Then, as I was mentioning, a bit weaker through this bit. Okay, 2 laps down and into the 3rd lap. Looking at my times, I can see I did a 46.4. So those times are coming down. 46.4 is still not that quick, really. And over the line again, and now we go onto a lap that will be a 45.9. Anything in the 45s here is fairly respectable. Sounds like slightly more aggressive braking there. You could hear the engine note change as I locked the wheels. And that's not a bad lap. This next one is a 46.0, but we are catching those guys in front, looking for some opportunities. Nice and neat and tidy, take all of that curb there, come out nice and wide, probably had a bit more space to use here. Look for that seam for the downhill, brake, and then not overcook it in the middle portion, use all of the curb on the exit. In actual fact, we've caught them right up because they've started to trip over each other because they're all bundled. And I see some opportunities here. Warwick University and my other friend from the C final. I'm looking for some space. Warwick goes on the inside. So I'm in touch now. I'm going to do my best to use the toe. Coming in for another lap. This next lap was a 46.5, which is not too spectacular. Probably made a mistake at some point. And yeah, there's a bit of contact there. Two go wide to the left, take them both. Engine sounds like it bogged down quite a lot there. Good on that curb though. And this guy absolutely creams me on the inside. Well done. Going for some human DRS when the driver puts their head down behind the wheel, trying to get that extra bit of speed. So this lap was a little bit better again. This was a 45.8. I use the GoPro Max, which is a 360-degree camera. It's really cool because it gives you this ability to point in lots of different directions. You can have it looking forwards, looking backwards. It does require a bit of editing after the fact, but it does give you this interesting wheel-to-wheel action as well. You can see those karts just make it past this guy in front who's a little bit slower. He's called Nick, actually. I met him after the race. He's a nice guy, new to Club 100 this year as well. And I fancy my chances of getting past him as well. But that's a big mistake for me there. I totally missed that apex, and I've opened the door to this guy behind who, if he plays his cards right, should get the position. Now this is coming into what would be my best lap, a 45.3, which is a respectable time. Plenty of curb there on the exit, brake at the marshal post, get that curb on the inside. Try not to lose too much speed through there, come out wide, bit of a dab on the brakes, touch that curb, little look behind, seem to be in the clear. Close to that curb but not on it. Little lift in the middle and then straight over that flat curb. Use all the space on the left. Look for the downhill, brake. 1 apex, 2 apex, let it come wide over the curb. And that is a 45.3. You can see someone's had a crash there, facing the wrong way. That was me in the practice. I did exactly the same thing. Into the last 4 laps, trying to track down Nick, but I've still got that guy behind me who was quick as well, so not quite sure what's going to happen there. Made up some time on Nick there, slightly later on the braking and better momentum as well. Over those curbs on the exit, you can actually go faster than you think you can through there. Again, getting closer, got a bit more pace than Nick through there, better exit as well, so much so that I'm looking for a way through. In the driver's briefing, we did get told that you shouldn't really try to get 2 karts through there. You have to really be ahead. Can't do anything here because there's a yellow flag. Can see that guy on the inside. Throw his arms up in disgust. What's he done wrong? Lost a good position, I bet. Little look on the inside, not there enough, and this guy has taken the opportunity to catch up on me while I get stuck behind Nick, and he gets a better run through that corner and he's there on my inside. I think maybe I go a bit wider and try and get better momentum, but he's got me and we come on to the final lap. There we have it, checkered flag. A thoroughly good day out at Lydd. I was very happy to be in that B final. For me, it was a real moment of achievement. I felt happy with my effort. I was quite tired now, like I say, 3 races back to back on the trot with no rest. And definitely had a bit of a spring in my step when I got out. First time in the B final. Didn't make any mistakes, no crashes, no penalties. At most of my other races, I've had 1 spin or I've picked up a contact warning or something. So all in all, a really great day out. And I look forward to seeing you at the next one.